thermal reading resolved to 6.6.
It would take two young scientists into the heart of the African jungle. Where a secret hidden for 2,000 years holds the key to the future.
This is Karen Ross. 81452, Houston, do you read?
You used to work for the CIA, and now you're technical.
Some will come to it for science.
Big deal, Charles. This is a big find.
Some for fortune.
A diamond mine of incredible bounty.
And some to return home.
She doesn't really belong anywhere, does she?
No, she belongs here.
Together, they will search.
My boss thought I wasn't going to make it. He sent another expedition.
Drawn deep into a mystery.
Camp destroyed. People dead. Gray gorilla.
No such thing as a gray gorilla.
I saw one.
And the more they discover,
Same hieroglyphics over and over.
the greater the danger.
What do they say?
We are watching you.
Help me! Help me!
Never saw an animal move like that.
How intelligent are they?
They're smart. They're too damn smart.
No! Getting out of here.
What about them?
Put them on the endangered species list.
From the best-selling novel by the author of Jurassic Park.
The myth of the killer ape is true.
Congo, where you are the endangered species.
This is Chip Cod Roach, and I'm going to be reviewing I guess you want to say a summer blockbuster flop, I guess. I will be reviewing, don't nod your head, we're supposed to agree.
Never heard of it.
Okay, never heard of the movie Congo, but it looks exciting, doesn't it?
No.
Comment below. I think you will agree that it does look exciting. So, and I will review it right after this Dabadoo drink message from our friends the Flintstones.
Whoa, I'm thirsty. Well, you know what to do. Get yourself a glass of Yabba Dabba Doo. It's a new fruit drink.
It's really new.
So when you're thirsty, remember new Yabba Dabba Doo.
Yabba dabba doo. It's the new fun fruit drink made just for you. Yabba dabba doo.
Well, Yabba Dabba Doo. I don't think those are good for you at all. I'm sure that drink is full of poison. And Report of the Week, you should do a review on it. I demand you to find those drinks and do a review on them, please. They can't be...
Demand, please.
Yeah. Well, hey, it might work. So anyways, it would be nice. I mean, it can't be any worse than the KFC that he just did the other day. It's probably better for him, and it's probably 30 years old. So anyways, back to Congo. This is starring Laura Linney, who people seem to make fun of for some reason. You've seen her. She was in the movie Dave.
Nope.
She was in Searching for Bobby Fischer. She
Nope.
was the teacher. She was in Sully.
Nope.
She was his wife in that movie.
I never seen any of these.
Okay. Well, now this is... I think this might actually be one of the first movies that she was actually a lead role in, because normally she's just I don't know if you want to say character actor, but she's mostly a side character. So this is her taking a lead role along with Dylan Walsh, who has a gorilla that apparently could... Yeah, it has a machine on it where it could actually talk to you. So that's kind of interesting. And he wants to return the gorilla back to the wild because, here's a shocking discovery. They don't do well in captivity. I guess they don't do well in a 2-foot room or 3-foot cage or whatever it's in. I mean, who would know that taking it out of a huge jungle and putting it into a box would be a bad thing for a gorilla? But apparently we don't like to learn lessons. And this is based on the book that the same author that wrote Jurassic Park. So yes, this is based on an actual novel not a Ninja Turtles comic book or Power Ranger comic book. This is a real creative novel. And do I recommend picking it up? I tried to find it, and I found that there were actually Congo action figures made. Didn't see any on commercials, so I'm just going to take it that this was a overall merchandising and marketing flop. I could be wrong on that, but please comment below just to say that I'm wrong or something. But I do know that in the paper this did get 1 star. And my mom started watching it, and I saw the beginning, and I was interested in it. But because this was on network TV, parts got cut. So I decided to just sort of up and buy it on eBay because I couldn't find it at the flea market. So this also does co-star some other people. Ernie Hudson plays the African guide when they get to Congo. You've seen Ernie Hudson. He was in the Ghostbusters movie.
Is that why he looked familiar?
Yes, that's
That
why he
explains
looked.
a lot.
Yes. That is why he looked familiar. Actually, I take it back. He was in all of the Ghostbusters movies, except for the bad one that was done with, of course, Jennifer McCarthy.
Who?
I think that's her name, isn't it? Jennifer McCarthy.
Never seen it. I don't know.
She was in Mike and Molly. That is the actress's name, isn't it? Oh, okay. It doesn't matter. Nobody wants to see it anyways. So, so Ernie Hudson is co-starring in this along with Tim Curry.
Ew. It's a douche. Again.
I'd call him more of a sleaze, but yeah, he is really good at playing those kind of parts. And normally I make fun of actors for playing the same parts over and over and over again, but he actually does it so well that I don't make fun of it, I actually encourage it. I actually enjoy him in his parts, even though he plays a sleazy
douche.
There you yes. But he plays a different type of sleazy person in all of his movies, so it is a different type of sleaze. In this it's almost comical. You kind of laugh at it because you expect it. He offers to pay for the expedition to begin with to get Laura Linney and Dylan Walsh into the Congo. There's a lot of things that are stopping them. The government doesn't really want them there, especially Tim Curry. He's got some problems with owing a lot of people money. So, so they really don't want him there. So now at the beginning of this, Laura Linney she used to work for the CIA, and her almost fiance is working in the Congo to get some diamonds, and they're also working with some type of communication device. So how it starts out is she's trying to communicate with them with this new satellite, and something goes really, really wrong. Something attacks the campsite, and the guy's father is actually with Laura Linney at this time, and he seems to care more about the diamonds than his son's well-being or his safety, for that matter. So they do notice that there is 7 dead bodies, but they don't know who they are. They have an infrared camera, so it does show that there are 7 people on the ground. So he honestly doesn't want to contact the families. He's just going to send Laura Linney out into the wilderness of the Congo. And that's how she runs into Dylan Walsh, who also is trying to return this gorilla back to the Congo as well. So that's sort of how they meet. So there's kind of, I guess, a couple stories at once here. That's how he joins the expedition. So I will actually show the very first clip of the, let's just say, the horrible accident that happened.
And the douche that doesn't care.
Oh, yes, and him too, yes.
I can see 7 dead people.
What's that sound?
Families that are going to have to be notified. You're going to have to tell your wife.
We don't know he's dead. We didn't see him. Once this is reported, they'll close the border. They have to.
What was that thing?
It's the future.
Most people think their children are the future.
I've got 40,000 people working for me. They all depend on me. Charles knew that. That's why I went down to that godforsaken place.
Charles went into the Congo to please you.
I know you had feelings for him.
I almost married him, for Christ's sake. Listen to me, talking like he's...
You're going to have to go down there, Dr. Ross. You're good in the field. You were good in Panama. Now, once you're local, that laser's power pack should give off a readable signal. Ready? We're going to have to fancy an expedition that's all...
What are you talking about?
There is no time. Once we let on what's happened, Zaire will shut the border. By the time the investigation's over...
Are you human?
I'll be human later.
Okay, so this is Joe Don Baker. I believe that's the actor's name. He is the guy's loving and charming father. So obviously he cares more about the diamond than he does these lives that were probably lost in this massacre. I would love to send Pat McAfee there. He could be annoying in the Congo, and then whatever it is could just destroy him and rip him limb from limb. That would be kind of amusing.
Who?
He's on Raw. I thought you would know who he is.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said Pat McAfee. Yeah, so this is obviously a very bad thing happening. So he is sending Dr. Karen Ross, played by Lori Linney, to the Congo. Where else would you rather want to go than being dropped off pretty much in a disease land? You could get malaria and several other things. I'm sure he's going to have her get her shots. He's probably rushing her, so she probably won't even get the chance to do that. So this beloved character is, he's in this movie a few times, but he isn't there too much. He's been an antagonist in most of the movies he's in. He was in Mars Attacks, The Natural. He actually played a funny character in GoldenEye. So I will now show the next clip where we meet Amy, Richard, and Dr. Elliot. Clip in just a second.
Good. That's green. Yeah, that's your color. No, Amy, on the paper. On the paper. Good. That's good. Good girl. Such a pretty girl. Yeah, that's your lovey. That's your lovey.
Amy! Hey, you!
Well, this is Richard, played by Grant Heslov, that has Amy. And then Dylan Walsh, who is Dr. Elliot, has just joined the room. And he is teaching Amy how to interact with the awful humans that kidnapped her from her home. So we actually get to hear Amy actually sort of talk in some ways. They actually made this robotic device that can pick up sort of a way for an animal to talk to us. I would want something like that. I could just imagine what my dogs would say to me half the time. Well, I'd like to know.
I don't think you would.
The cat would probably swear the most at me.
Nah, I'm pretty sure Rascal will come very close.
No, he wouldn't.
You're mean to him. He would.
He might, but just in another room. So anyway, so I will show the next clip of we get to see this robotic device, or this communication device, I would rather say, instead of that. So I will show you that clip in just a second.
Hello, Peter.
Amy, how old are you?
Amy, 7. Amy, good gorilla. Amy, pretty.
Yes, you are.
Well, I gotta say, that is a pretty cool device. And I wonder what Amy is really thinking. She's probably saying, send me home. So now later on in this scene here, she looks all happy and kind. But later on, she does have one of her night terrors. Of course. I think the author of Jurassic Park and Congo are trying to tell us something. Like, how about let's leave nature alone? Wouldn't that be a great idea? I think we should listen to him. I'm just saying. Oh, I forgot to introduce. Skipper has wanting to join in on the little video here. So Skip says hi to everybody, even though he is asleep and in dreamland. So far in this movie here, this really hasn't been that bad. Yes, I know you're making fun of me. That's fine. So, anyways, this did seem to bomb in the theaters. I shouldn't really, maybe I shouldn't say bomb. It just didn't do well. But so far, it hasn't really been that bad. So, I will show the next clip of, here's a shocker. There's also some airlines problems, too. So, yes, this gives me a chance to take another jab. They're probably flying Southwest Airlines. So, I will get to that clip in just a second.
Unfortunately, there has been a slight interruption in my credit flow. I am unable to pay for the fuel.
Fuel?
I'll pay for the fuel.
Well, not. I'll pay for it. How much is the fuel?
$56,000.
56,000. What are you smiling about?
You need me, Dr. Elliot.
Well, they're taking the stuff off the plane, and it turns out that
That's a sleazebag.
Tim Curry, who plays, I know his first name is Herkimer. I can't pronounce his last name, unfortunately. In this,
Just call him Mr. Douche. We know who you mean.
I do like the name Herkimer, though. It does fit him perfectly. Well, okay. So obviously, there's a little bit of a scam going on here. So. What happens is Dr. Elliot doesn't really want to travel with Dr. Ross, but now he has no choice because now to get the $56,000 for the rocket fuel, Dr. Ross has that money. So she ends up going with him. He seems to... It's not her company that he doesn't want. It's the fact that his pet gorilla gets very, very jealous. And yes, these apes could be aggressive if that does happen. So that's his main concern is his ape Amy. So Tim Curry, you can tell right away that he is a sleaze in this movie, but that's okay. I'm sure somebody will smile because he gets insulted by the Zaire government. I don't know why I put an I in front of it.
Because you suck at geography.
I don't know what that has to do with it. It's just the name of the countries in Africa sometimes just throw me off. I am so sorry. I have no idea what I am talking about. I have never been to that continent in my life, so I am so sorry. I will once again write myself up. So anyways, they are now going to, they're obviously going to Africa now, but they seem to get tied up. So I will show that clip in just a second. That was...
Stop eating my sesame cake.
Stop eating my sesame cake!
What are you doing in my country? Bag of shit.
Captain Bliss, I only wish to explore and discover.
This fellow is a big bag of shit. You should shake this rat from off your neck.
Well, they are held up by the government, so yes, they are buying their way into the Congo. And I love the part here with how what that guy actually says at the beginning is the captain says, have coffee and cake. He meant everybody except our buddy Herkimer there, who he asked why he's eating the sesame cake, and he pretty much tells everybody that he's pretty much a sleazebag. So right away, yeah, we can kind of tell that, yeah, Mr. Herkimer has no moral principles whatsoever.
Like you.
Of course. So again, this is one of the things, I guess, if you are going to Africa, this might be one of the things that you really have to maybe take into consideration. Things like this might happen. So they do have their visas, so they had to buy them back. It's kind of a dirty thing that the government did to them, but what, are you up to something? I'm gonna need you, Herkimer. So anyway, I will now get to the next clip where they have an idea of what caused the little incident that happened at the beginning of the movie during the first exhibition of why Dr. Ross had to go there to begin with. So I will show you that clip in just a second, where we get to see her wonderful boss, who is just a lovable character in this movie. So we get to see him again.
Good. Karen, I've had those images of that creature analyzed. Ready?
What is it?
My primatologist tells me it's something new. He doesn't know what it is, but it's gorilla-like.
Are you sufficiently armed? Do you have enough manpower?
Yes.
Good. The bad news is geothermal. You've got to hurry. That region in the Virungas is bad. Sometimes the volcanic activity is breaking out of the ground. The region's going to blow. Could be a week, could be sooner. Dr. Ross, what's that?
Well, I didn't think that Dr. Ross would be disappointed about this. I thought that she would be happy that the gorilla knocked over, the communication device, so then she won't have to talk to Mr. Angry Pants anymore. I don't know about you, but I really wouldn't want to even talk to that guy. I wouldn't want to give him any updates whatsoever. So I don't understand what the problem is. If anything, I would be thanking that gorilla for breaking that, because I wouldn't want to talk to Mr. Angry Man. He probably has nothing nice to say, although he did give him some, I guess, important information on the supposed creature that did attack his son and his colleagues, I guess. So that part was important, but then the ape destroyed the communication device after that and just made him mad again, which was very funny to see on camera. So I did actually enjoy that. So there were some other parts that were kind of cool. They had a scene in the jungle during monkey mating season, I guess, during a full moon. Let's just say they were kept up at night. There was a lot of noise, and they were wondering what it was, and Ernie Hudson explained that it's mating season. So there were monkeys making noise throughout the whole entire jungle, so that was kind of cool. I imagine camping, and you're in Africa, you would have to deal with this kind of stuff. I'm sure the wildlife is very interesting. You got giraffes and hippos and lions, and apparently a lot of monkeys and apes. Wild dogs. Yeah, I guess I got my own little jungle here. Hopefully none of them attack me. So anyways, despite Mr. Angry Pants here, we do have one person on the expedition team that was found by the forest people. And we will see this scene in just a second. Let's see what kind of shape he's in. Is he okay? Does he look like Steve Buscemi, which pretty much looks like a corpse? Or did he eat a lot of food and now he looks like, I don't know, maybe Louis Anderson? Well, we will find out in just a second.
Jesus, what happened to him? Bob? Bob.
That's City Monk.
Bob?
Who's this man?
My company sent an expedition to the Virungas. This man was with them.
Lay him over there. What happened to...
Well, this is the... well, he doesn't look like he's in great shape, but he looks living. And apparently when Amy showed up, he scared himself to death. So this is kind of hinting of what might have destroyed that first expedition. so far it looks like it was something that was indeed ape-like, and this guy was absolutely terrified. He, I don't know what it looked like he was very, very scared, like he just came out of, he looked very uncomfortable, like he saw what the witch from the movie Wicked really looked like without her makeup on. Well, what? I was scared too when I saw her on the Thanksgiving Day parade. I don't know why you're looking at me like that. Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Apparently, I don't have any moral principles.
We already knew that.
So, well, now that I'm talking about actresses, Rosie O'Donnell makes an appearance in the next scene, and I will show you that in just a second.
Wait.
No problem. Quem voodoo dizendo?
Oh my god.
All right, so obviously they are playing Hungry Hungry Hippos in the river at night. So these things are incredibly dangerous. They're fast, and they are also very, very big. As far as I know, they can bite a human being in half. Hippos are nothing to fool around with. So, yes, this.
Did we see a hippo in Tampa?
Shoot, did we?
No, I think it was a rhino that we seen.
But again, very, very dangerous. Yeah, I don't think we saw hippos in Tampa.
I think it was a rhino.
So yes, these hippos are angry. They are just in their territory, and they also lost some people that were guiding them on this little expedition. So now they are down a few people, and also there was her angry boss seemed to send another expedition team, and they got shot down. So a lot of lives are lost here. This is turning out to be a flat out bloodbath in so many ways. So, yes, if you want to visit the continent of Africa, you might want to rethink that little plan you have. Very pretty scenery, I'm sure, but people ruin a good thing. So, people actually ruin the continent itself. So, I will get to the next scene where Dylan Walsh or Dr. Elliot runs into a wild gorilla, and we'll see if it's as friendly as Amy. I will show you that clip in just a second.
You did good. Where'd you go? I ran away. Sorry?
We're getting towards the end here, and I don't know why this gorilla is so angry. Is it because it saw the Netflix episode of Raw, an episode of Rick and Morty, or did it get ripped off on the Ami Ami website? I can't really tell, but this gorilla is mad. So this guy did stand his ground. He stood tough, and the gorilla did back down. And Ernie Hudson's little snickering remark, he said, well, he ran away. So that was kind of amusing. So far, this movie, I actually like movies like this. People can disagree with me all they want. I do understand why people wouldn't like this. There is a lot of suspense, but I do like the adventures they do have on this exhibition itself. It's not just jumping right into what they're looking for. There's there are little obstacles along the way, and those have been enjoyable so far. So now I will show the next clip of why the sleazy Herkimer is there. He is looking for diamonds. So now he does find them, but let's just say that there's little obstacles getting in his way. And somebody I know is really going to enjoy this scene. So I will show you that clip. It could be a very enjoyable clip. And I will show you that in just a second. Ooh, that hurts. Well, this guy, he was having a great time picking up these diamonds. He was starting to enjoy himself. He had that sleazy smile on his face, and then he ran into Mr. Grumpy Ape, who looked like our senior English teacher. We all cheated on our English exams, or English paper for that matter. Very scary. So the one went after him, he turned around, and there's, another ape. And then there's another one. One gets shot, he might be okay. But then he opens his eyes, and an ape takes a rock and just crushes his skull. So yes, this is a very violent Legends of the Hidden Temple episode. Yes, Herkimer doesn't get out alive. Herkimer died. And that's the
So did
only...
everybody else. Most.
Tell them.
Well, they did.
Well, I'm only going to show one more clip, and then I will be getting to my review. And spoiler alert: Sickle and King of the Toilet Chair Ebert did not make an appearance reviewing this movie. They were on their vacation. Siskel the Grouch was probably doing something stupid, and we all know King of the Toilet Chair Ebert was probably at McDonald's. And then the second day he went to Wendy's. And then Wednesday he went to Arby's. And then Hardee's. Oh, and then he tried the White Castle but couldn't fit in the doors. And then argued about the little hamburgers. So that was their vacation. What Siskel the Grouch did, I have no idea. So anyways, I will show the final clip. We get to see Mr. Angry Pants one more time. So I'm sure he's going to be very happy at the end of this. So he will have a big fat smile on his face. So I will show the next clip in just a second.
81452, that is KR 81452. Houston Travis, do you read?
Karen, is that you?
It's me, Travis.
I thought I lost you. I sent another expedition. Did you get it?
I have bad news. Charles, he was killed.
Did you get the diamond? Did you?
Yes.
Good girl.
Do you remember what I told you? If I ever knew you sent me here for some diamond and not for Charlie, that I would make you sorry.
Karen, of course I'm upset. But what's done is done.
I know. You need a new cash machine. What would happen to the satellite if I put its phone number in this laser and pull the trigger? The chip from the transmitter's got the satellite's number, doesn't it?
Well, this is the final clip, and he's actually, for some reason, every time I see this scene, he seems angrier every time. I do like how his cheeks and his two chins jiggle when he just loses a fuse, which seems to be very, very easy to do. I mean, this is probably one of the angriest people I have ever seen in a movie. I just love how he just turns on a dime like that. So that is the final clip I'm going to show. So now I can actually get to the review without doing the two bozos instead. So I do actually recommend seeing this movie at least once. It's worth checking out. I'm actually going to grade this movie as a B, but I'm sure that there's a lot of people that would probably disagree. For some reason, I could see people really beating this movie up. It's like I said, I do enjoy these treasure hunt kind of movies with a lot of nature in it, since I do like watching nature shows. I do like Austin Stevens. I watched that nature program. I know this is a movie and it's not like that, but you still get the imagination and the adventure in here. I do think that it was casted okay. There wasn't any character I really didn't like, even though I know there's a couple of them that are kind of nasty, but they play their parts very, very well. Yes, like Herkimer. He played that part incredibly well. Yes, I know, and Mr. Grumpy Pants is what he is. He's a dirtball, but he plays the part very, very well. So you can't say that he was casted poorly. They picked the right guy for it. A guy that looks like a very angry Babe Ruth. So that is where I'm going to leave this movie. I do recommend trying to find this at a garage sale or a flea market, but you might have to bite the bullet and go on a Goodwill store on eBay and do like a buy two get one free or something like that.
It's a Paramount movie. Paramount Plus might have it.
You have to pay for it.
You checked?
I checked.
Oh.
Because I wanted to try to get it on a streaming service first and then purchase it if I liked it after. But then I found out I had to. One of them had it, but you had to pay for it. So why not pay an extra $1 and I get to keep it? So that is what happened. I actually got a copy of this and it ended up having a scratch in it, so I had to wait to watch this again. So that's how much I actually liked it. I was in a hurry to get it back so I could actually finish it. Because unfortunately it skipped at the end and in the middle during some really cool parts. So, yes, I did actually enjoy this. So, comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you for watching. I will see you next time.